You know what? To Sonic Team, I owe you an apology. I wasn't really familiar with your game. Yeah, that was me with Sonic Racing Crossroads this past weekend. When this game was announced, I didn't think much of it, just another Sonic spinoff, especially with Mario Kart World right there in the spotlight. But after spending some time with the open network tests, man, I gotta admit it, I didn't expect to have this much fun. This isn't just another Sonic kart racer. It's Sonic Team showing a level of confidence we haven't seen in years, and that confidence is changing everything. So in this video, we're going to break down why that confidence matters and why Crossroads might just be one of the many recent steps into a brand new golden era for the Blue Blur. So come on, take a seat, and let's get started. In a recent article written by Martin Big at Traxion.gg, Takashi Iizuka goes into detail on how Sonic Team was surprised but wouldn't be taking any influence from Mario Kart. Iizuka confirmed that Sonic Team was shocked at a new Mario Kart game given the 10-year gap between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart World respectively. Of course, we don't know the roadmap of Mario Kart titles. So, when it was announced, the dev team was surprised about it, Iizuka tells Traxion in the translated interview. However, typically when Nintendo releases new hardware, it's pretty common that they also release a new karting title. So, the dev team was somewhat expecting the new Mario Kart to be released soon. Whether or not Mario Kart was going to be released, our goal was to develop the best kind of Sonic racing title. That hasn't changed. Mario Kart World won't have any influence. Another section of the article talked about the travel rings, and how Sonic Team wanted to create a unique feature that they were confident no one was going to copy. Iizuka states, "During the planning phase around 4 years ago, travel rings were the one unique features we thought other companies wouldn't copy before us. We were confident that this would continue to be our key selling point that differentiates us." The last key thing that Iizuka said really solidified that they are in their own lane right now. Even though Mario Kart World was announced, it didn't influence our development plans. What I really love about the overall aspect of his mindset here, Iizuka is aware about not just what other games are doing, but also in what these games are not doing, which leads into an angle I want to discuss about Sonic Team's evolving business strategy when it comes to making Sonic games. For years, in my opinion, Sonic Team seemed to have lost their identity. Time and time again, they either chased whatever was trending or second-guessed themselves instead of embracing what makes Sonic unique. Not every game falls into this trap, but it's no surprise that many fans, including myself, grew skeptical of Sonic Team's direction. This uncertainty contributed to not just the decline of Sonic games, but the decline of Sonic's reputation as a whole. Even Iizuka acknowledged his lack of direction in the mid to late 2010s. In a Eurogamer article discussing Sonic's global comeback, Iizuka stated, 10 years ago, I moved from Tokyo to Burbank. At that time, the Sonic brand was not in a very positive space. A lot of people were bashing on the brand. They weren't really happy with the things coming out. It was like an oh my god moment. Like, we need to save the brand, or this brand isn't going to be around for much longer. Of course, the Sonic movies played a huge part in the franchise's comeback, but what good are the movies if they don't drive attention back to the foundation of Sonic's legacy, the video games? And that's exactly where Sonic Team's renewed confidence starts to show. Sonic Frontiers started off as a test, to see if whatever new direction Sonic Team was going in, the majority of the community would appreciate it. Then Shadow Generations was a showcase that really showed me the developers never lost their step. They took what made the best Sonic games fun and added each good portion into an expansion title. And they gave Shadow a satisfying emotional closure on his connection with Gerald and Maria. And now, with Sonic Racing Crossworlds, even as a spin-off title, shows that Sonic Team is going all in on this shit. In-depth car customizations, 1,000 unique voice lines for each character interaction, the usual dope animations they started to release with every new Sonic game, and of course, crossover characters, even adding surprise characters like SpongeBob, TMNT, and Avatar. Every track pulls from so much of Sonic's history, even deep cuts that nobody expected like Digital Circuit from Sonic the Hedgehog. This is what I mean when I say that they finally started to embrace what makes Sonic unique, and naturally differentiating themselves from games like Mario Kart World. Judging by Iizuka's statements in these recent interviews, it feels like Sega is starting to truly showcase what puts them on top. If there's anything that builds community trust, it's the confidence that Sega has within Sonic right now. Sonic Team could have easily buckled under not just Mario Kart World, but the absurd discourse surrounding Crossworlds on Twitter. But the open network tests prove they understand both what they're working with and what they're up against. And that same confidence could bleed into the future of this franchise. I posted a tweet a few days ago saying that Sonic is truly in a state of bliss right now. If this game succeeds at launch, after this weekend it's guaranteed, we might be looking at a crazy time to be a Sonic fan. I truly stand by that. Because man, I haven't felt this good about a streak of Sonic games since Adventure 1 through Heroes, and even those games had a fair share of jank. Sonic Unleashed through Generations was another honorable good run for me. Unfortunately at the time, Unleashed wasn't given the same amount of love as it is now. But currently in 2025, we could be looking at a golden era of Sonic games, which makes me more excited for the next mainline Sonic game. If a company isn't confident within their games, we get products that aren't indicative of the team's full potential. I'm starting to notice Sonic Team is starting to find themselves again and reach that full potential. It's not perfect or ideal to some fans given their preferences and their history with this franchise, but the sales, positive reception, and Sonic Team's growing confidence proves that they're moving in the right direction. And personally to me, that's all that matters. Because for over a decade, it's been really hard to trust Sega and Sonic Team. I know some of us are still on the fence, but when was the last time you seen the community be this rabid over a Sonic game? Sonic Racing Crossworld's withdrawal is a real thing right now, and that only happened because the game proved we can finally trust Sega again. Whatever the follow-up to Sonic Frontiers is, I'm open to trusting the process with Sega this time around. The amount of love going into these games can't be ignored, man. As much criticism I still hold for the previous Sonic outputs, right now is a time I truly want to embrace what these developers are making for the community. Sonic Team has clearly learned to embrace what makes Sonic good today, and Sega understands how to market the brand this time around, and spread the franchise across any media that it can get its hands on. Now I sit here, waiting, and foaming out the mouth to play the full release of Sonic Racing Crossworlds, as now I can comfortably be a Sonic fan knowing the health of this franchise is finally in good hands. But until then, this is Breck, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. God bless, and take care.